It's been an insane week for Israeli politics, and we have an exclusive interview with Benny Gantz, who is the Defense Minister. He was the alternate Prime Minister under Benjamin Netanyahu. He's also overseen the most recent Palestinian conflicts and has a lot to say about the politics and about the situation in Gaza today. So we now know that there will likely be a coalition government which is going to be formed, which will oust Benjamin Netanyahu. As his longtime rival, how do you feel about that?
I feel that it's good for Israel that it's a new start for us. We should say thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. We are taking it from here. He did a lot for the state of Israel, and I don't forget that. But it's about time that we will have a new prime minister, a new government that will concentrate in solving the problems of the country and not just concentrate on its political survivability, which was the case of Benjamin Netanyahu.
That was a very diplomatic and polite answer for someone who's been at loggerheads with this man for a long time.
I was trained as military diplomat for 2.5 years.
Benjamin Netanyahu obviously has incredible political survival skills. What happens to him next?
He's facing a serious issue with the state court, with the provisional court, and I hope that he will get it okay out of it. He will have to control his party if he wants to stay around, and no one knows how strong and how long will the next government be able to function.
Gantz has travelled to the US to meet with American officials. Top of the agenda is lessening the threat of Iran, as well as requesting more US military aid to replenish Israel's Iron Dome, which intercepts incoming rockets. A number of progressives within the Democratic Party in the US have taken a pretty pro-Palestinian stance. I'm wondering whether you are worried at all about that and worried that Israel is at risk of losing their special relationship with the US.
Well, I hope we won't be losing our special relations. I think that the bonds between the two countries are very much in place, very much solid. President Biden is a known friend of Israel for decades already, and I'm sure that he will practice his friendship into the future as well.
Are you worried at all, though? I mean, given that, recently there has been a lot of anger, I would say, internationally across the world.
Yeah, I hear that. Of course, I don't accept it. Let us not forget the basic reality. We are talking about the case Hamas. It's a terror organization that holds as hostages his own population. He's operating from populated area by intention against civilian population on our side. What we are doing, we are trying to fight it as accurate as we can. And unfortunately, and I'm very sad for every casualties that is not part of Hamas that was hit. What would one expect from us? To sit here and do nothing? It's true that we are the stronger part in this region. But it doesn't mean that we are not the right one. We are strong, yet right.
I mean, you say that Palestinians are held hostage by Hamas and that they're victims of Hamas, but I mean, I think that most Palestinians within Gaza would say that they're more than anything victims of Israel and Israel's aggressiveness.
Not the way I see it. It's Hamas who created what it created in Gaza. It's Hamas who oppressed these people. It's Hamas who goes in the street and shoots someone's knee because he didn't do what he told him. It's not Israel who does all that.
This most recent conflict killed over 240 Palestinians, including 67 children. What do you say to the Palestinian families who have lost their most loved ones, lost their livelihoods, lost their homes, lost everything?
I'm very sorry for the loss of life, which we didn't want to cause. And, we have been using techniques to warn the society, to evacuate houses before we push them down, and things that other militaries are not doing. I suggest for them not to let Hamas to operate from in or near their houses.
I mean, obviously that's not an option for them, right? Like
Why
they live
not?
Well, it's a very concentrated area.
Yes, but still, this is my home. Why would I let you to have a launcher in my backyard?
Well, I don't think they necessarily know.
Well, no. They know what's in their house. They know what's in their yards or in their backyards, they are aware of it. Maybe they don't have an option to reject it.
Do you take responsibility for the disproportionate level of harm that was caused to Palestinians?
We were very proportional. I think we did exactly what we have to do. I think, and I know that we have operated against terror target organizations. We didn't went for the civilians just as such, and we will continue like this in the future.